So class 12, today's topic, natural vegetation. Now in today's class, we will be focusing on 7 definitions and 3 differences. Okay, the first part of this chapter. The second part we will be doing in the next week. Now the first of the 7 definitions is virgin vegetation. Now virgin vegetation, as it's given over here, the vegetation that is unexploited. This vegetation has not been exploited or disturbed by man, by humans. Okay, so the highlighted points, be a little careful about. Unexploited, which has not been used, or undisturbed. Either of the 2 points you will write. By humans. Okay, so that is virgin vegetation. 2 examples are given over here. Thar desert region, that is the vegetation of the Thar region, and Sundarban area of West Bengal. Sundarban region, we all know, is a mangrove area, and that part has not been exploited by humans. Another area also is there, the inaccessible Himalayan region. So that is virgin vegetation for you. A vegetation that is untouched, unexploited or undisturbed. Next point, we come social forestry. Now under social forestry, 1 point has been highlighted. You can see in yellow, people's participation. Very important point. Now under social forestry, people have to be very, very active participants. 2 points, management and protection of what? Of forests. Management and protection of forest with afforestation, that is planting of trees in new areas, to help social, rural and environmental development. Since the name is social forestry, it will have to be connected with society. And social development, rural development and environmental development, all together these are done with a very active participation of the people. Next we come to agroforestry. As the name suggests, connected with agriculture. Now in agroforestry, remember, the same agricultural field or farm, wherever the farmers are growing crops, in that same farm, orchards, that is fruit trees and other important trees which can be sold, are grown with the crops. So that is agroforestry. One advantage it has, with crop selling, the farmers also get an extra income, surplus income, by selling the product of the trees. Next we have 2 important, or rather 1 important point, community forestry. Community means a group of people. Okay, so the community forestry will have things to do with community. What does it mean? The definition, growing trees where? On public or community lands. Remember it. You have to mention public land, that is not private, but public. Public land, that is maybe governments or for all, everyone's. Or community land. For what? To help the community as a whole. 2 places where such community farming is very common is Gujarat and Tamil Nadu. Next we come to 2 important definitions. Commercial farm forestry and non-commercial farm forestry. This is commercial. The very next one is non-commercial. Commercial means connected with profit, connected with money. So in an agricultural area, growing trees instead of crops, remember that, not with crops, but instead of crops. To do what? To give direct income to the farmers. When farmers are growing trees like eucalyptus, trees like poplars, okay, then using these trees, they are sold in the industries. So such trees, the farmers get direct income. They're doing it for selling purpose. Non-commercial is just the opposite. It has nothing to do with profit. It has nothing to do with sale. In this, same thing is done. The farmers grow the farmers grow trees in their own farms, but not to sell. for their own use. That's why it's highlighted. Remember this. You have to mention these keywords, for their own use and not for sale. Two areas where this is practiced, Kerala and Gujarat. Then we come to urban forestry, the forestry or planting of trees in urban areas, cities and towns. Especially nowadays we have in the roads, along the side of the roads or where we have the road dividers, trees are planted, mainly to beautify the city. And another very important role it plays is to reduce the pollution. So you have 7 important points coming back very fast. Virgin vegetation, social forestry, agroforestry, community forestry, commercial farm forestry, non-commercial farm forestry, and urban forestry. These are the 7 points that you require in this chapter. Forest conservation, we need to conserve forest. Forest has to be conserved. We will go to the finer details in the next class. But today just remember 2 names or 2 movements. Chipko movement. Chipko is a Hindi word which means sticking. The ladies literally, they hugged the trees. They stuck to the trees in a group so that the trees do not get cut. That was started in Uttarakhand, as the name is given there. And another one we all have heard of, Van Mahotsav, where trees are planted, millions of them are planted in the entire country, just for the simple reason to increase the number of trees in the country. In the next clipping, we will go to the differences.